Hi there, Virgo. Healing Grasshopper here to do your reading for September 2025, your monthly reading. Wheel of Fortune. We'll see if that's really reversed in a moment. I'm glad to see it because Virgos have been really working hard to put things together for yourselves after the past 20 years of disruption that Pluto brought into our lives. Not reversed. Okay. I'm getting a deja vu feeling here. Um, was it you that these two cards came out in your reading? Um, or at least the Six of Cups did with some, positive cards. So you guys might recognize the Six of Cups as being the nostalgia card, which it absolutely is. And there is this stigma attached to it that the one who gets this card is being told to, get their heads out of the clouds type thing. Um, which that could definitely mean that, you know, too much nostalgia, is not a good thing, or too much of anything isn't a good thing. So this is, you know, an overabundance of nostalgia a lot of the time. But it could have another meaning, a softer meaning, which is just the things that you hold dear uh, in your heart that seem impractical, right? So you kind of forget about them and don't indulge them too much because you feel they're impractical, right? But that energy next to the Wheel of Fortune says that what you feel in your heart that's impractical is absolutely attainable. Isn't that nice? And now the star is coming to mind, like wishes granted. Um, so Virgo, this is saying what you desire is finally coming around to you, and that you are going to start feeling that in this month, and you're tired already. I know this. I said this before this card even came out. In the very beginning of the reading, right? I started with, you guys have been through a lot. We all have. Um, the entire collective, doesn't matter what sun sign you are, has. Um, but from my observation, I am an earth sign. I'm a Capricorn. We got the worst of this energy, by the way. But from doing readings for, various signs in the collective, I have noticed that it's really Earth that's had it the worst, you know, and Aquarius. Aquarius had it pretty tough too. But anyway, in these types of energies, Earth will struggle because things move slowly for us. Um, so, and things can feel like really laborious too, is what this is saying. You know, like, oh, this is, too much for me to bear type thing. But I don't think you're saying it's too much for you to bear because That's not something that Virgo will readily like admit to themselves or anyone else that it's too much for you. You'll just keep trudging. But you do come to some moments where you're like, whew, where you're wiping your brow type thing. This is that. Um, and I love the position that this card is in because he is facing the Six of Cups here. And he's like, you're so busy just trying to stay afloat that you're like, wait a minute, what now? What are you talking about? My dreams? Seriously? I'm over here, you know, trying to build stuff over here, and you're talking about these childish dreams. Come on, yeah, believe it, believe it, because that is what spirit is saying to you here. Okay, so, whoops. Oh, that's lovely. Three of Pentacles is spirit acknowledging all the work that you've done and also reminding you that all that you've been through in the past 20 years has brought you to a mastery level. Mastery in what? It can be mastery in your job because this very much depicts someone at his job, obviously. But it doesn't need to be just that. It can be spiritually too, in the broader sense, not just your job, you know. More proficient at avoiding toxicity, more proficient in transmuting energies, being able to, um, I said avoid toxicity, but still the spotting red flags a mile away too is redundant, but it's still prominent in my mind, which is something that a lot of us um have become better at. Because, by the way, for those of you who are new here, welcome. um I tend to attract light workers. These are not low vibrational people attracted to this channel, seeing what revenge they can get on their ex type reading. Because there are some, readers out there that attracts people like that. That's not me. I attract people who are spiritually evolving, right? So this is a nod to that evolution here and that ascension that you're in. And just reminding you that all that you've been through hasn't been in vain, that you know, there's a rhyme to the universe's reason in what they put you through. And by that I mean your spirit guides, God, the universe, the world. Wow. Chills, right? So this is the natural progression of this conversation that we're talking about, because I was talking about ascension. Here's the evidence of the ascension. You are moving paradigms here, moving through a portal. This is ascension. High priestess, wow. And what did I say about growing spiritually? This is your intuition that has, and it's under the Nine of Wands here. That's all, shows all of the work that you've done and how tiring it's been. Well, but this is the fruit of that that's coming out after this card and below it. The result of this is your stronger connection with spirit, and your psychic muscle, so to speak, being strengthened. We'll see if this is reversed in a moment. Let me just continue shuffling for now. I need three more at least. I don't know if this is ours. We'll see. Okay. This is ours? It is ours. Next card. Yes. Okay, so one, well, we'll wait for that. Not reversed. Okay. Okay. So beautiful. Oh my gosh. So you've got Nine of Wands in a diagonal with the worlds, the portal that I was talking about. And here is Nine of Swords. So this is you like, phew, I'm tired, wiping your brow. But like I said, not, it's not in vain. You are growing spiritually, ascending, coming through this portal. And then you are the Nine of Swords, like, but I don't know. This is you doubting the process, you know? Because let's face it, life is not life is not like cinematic, you know? It's not like a movie like you're going through a portal and there's special effects with it, uh a stargate that appears in front of you and you're like, "Wow, I'm going through a portal." None of that happens. What it feels like is everything's falling apart. You get fired. Your landlord is yelling at you about something or other. Your significant other breaks up with you. That's what the Stargate looks like a lot of the time. Just like everything falling apart at once, you know? And you are on the physical plane and you're an earth sign on top of that and a Virgo on top of that. So it's like you're juggling, trying to keep everything together, you know? Touch everything and put everything back together while you know the universe is over here and knocking it down. So this is you. You're like, oh, nothing's working into, but it's fine. You're fine. What do we got here? Yeah, Virgo. Reversed. And again, guys, this is something that I know you've heard over and over again from me, but it's because you're getting the same cards. You and spirit is reminding you of the same things over and over again. Why? Because you're here, right? You're not trusting the process. And I'm not saying that to like be like challenging, accusatory, and like you're not doing this right because I I'm experiencing the same thing. I feel like this a good deal of the time as well, and I have to do my mantras. You know, I am blessed. I am loved. I am protected. I am supported. Because I feel like this. And by the way, I mentioned before. I think I'm Capricorn Virgo, so I get the same thing. Like yeah, Murphy's Law and the dwelling over Schrodinger's cat and all that, like that's what Capricorns do. Like we can't just leave enough alone and trust the process. We're always thinking about the worst that can happen and dwelling on the worst things that have already happened and that kind of thing. That's us, right? So I'm not preaching at you. I'm just telling you that spirit is over here trying their best to support you and make you and soothe your nerves, right? Because this is your nerves here. Um, the Four of Cups, because you feel like this, your position is this Four of Cups. Okay? And I'm pausing because I really want you to absorb that. This is the universe handing you a cup. And a cup from the universe is something valuable. This is divine opportunity here, but you are not able to recognize it because of all that you've been through, right? And again, go back to the cinematic thing that I was talking about. Things aren't presented in pretty packages like the movies with the Stargate and stuff. You're not really able to see what the experiences that you're going through are. That is what faith is all about. You're supposed to draw from your faith to, move you forward, which is easier said than done, right? So this is why here you are. Like all of this is crap what I went through. And, you're like, no, thank you. I don't want another one of those cups. I already tried these cups and they sucked. Um, and here we are ending the reading, the the positions here with the Queen of Cups. This is you, um, and I mean this would really enforce things if reinforce things if this was reversed, right? This is you overprotecting yourself, which is what's happening here, right? This whole thing would be like just in a bad attitude, bad mood, but it's upright. So, what this Queen of Cups is telling us is that you are growing into this energy where all that you have been through has brought a positive attitude or is brewing, right? Brewing a positive energy because I know you guys are over here and you're like, Grasshopper, yeah, I'm not feeling like this. I'm feeling like this, you know? That's okay. It's fine. But all of this is bringing you here where you have a healthy balance of drawing from the adverse situations that you've been in, bringing you into a healthy, protective, and nurturing attitude towards your desires, if that makes sense, right? Because before your desires were being stomped on for a reason. And I think you can imagine that because we've already been through that, right? The universe has spent 20 years knocking things down because, you know, and I always have the vision of like the big grandiose um, Vegas demolishing of buildings, where it's a big event and you watch this enormous building implode, that's the universe. And of course, you didn't schedule this demolishing. No one told you it was going to happen, and there it is happening, and you're like, "Whoa, wait, that's my building," you know. So, but the universe is building you, bringing you towards something better, that kind of thing. So, but specifically, this is talking about how you have been through relationships and adverse situations that have um, tested your resilience and your judgments and your point of view, your perspective in your relationships and all that kind of thing that has brought you wisdom, that has brought you to this mastery level of knowing when to open this chalice and offer your cup, where before you were just offering it to anybody and for them to, grab your heart out of the cup and stomp on it, you know. But now you have it covered and protected. So now you know when to keep the chalice closed and when to open it. You have a better idea of that. You didn't have that before. And you can't possibly know any of those things unless you go through some experiences. I feel like that's a second card. This is our card. This too? They're both, yeah. Reversed. Page of Cups. Love it. Yes. Not reversed, right? Okay. So Page of Cups is corresponding to the Six of Cups here. The Page of Cups is assessing his dreams. This is you over here before, remember the whole story where you're like, you're exerting yourself and you're like, wait a minute, what? What are you talking about? My dreams again? Are you serious? So here you are after this, putting down that wand, like for a moment anyway, and you're like, yeah, I can really take this dream seriously. And this is you reassessing your dreams. And then as your heart lightens and you're really embracing your dreams again, here comes the universe. It's almost like a magical, um, like a manifestation, a spontaneous manifestation, like the magic thought, like the magic word. Spirit was waiting for you in the situation to really stop and assess your dreams again. And as soon as you do that, a portal opens and shows you opportunities, right? I love the way this ends here. But let's see the clarification cards. Okay. The Eight of Wands is talking about your good fortune. This is saying enough waiting is what this is. I'm sorry, I was buffering there for a second. Enough waiting. Okay. So, like I said, we went through the 20 years of craziness. And then, especially in the past year, maybe year and a half to 2 years, well, 2 years for sure, because especially you guys, since you guys have been following me, um, I have been telling you guys it's changing, the energy is changing, and you guys are like, yeah, right. I'm tired of dealing with this shit and I don't see anything changing. This is like the wait is over, incoming. Look out. There's it's raining blessings, not reversed. Abundance. So the Six of Pentacles is the generosity card. This merchant is giving alms to the poor. Um, he has plenty for himself and is blessed enough to give some away. Um, and this will mean generosity in several different ways, not just money in a lot of the readings. But here, this is just the epitome, depicting the epitome of abundance. You know, you can take your Wheel of Fortune, your Ten of Pentacles, your Nine of Cups, all your fortuitous cards, um, and it would depict a lot of the same things, but none really tells the story quite as well, and um, not at all as spiritually as this card does, because it's not just about you. All those other cards are kind of like, yay, you've made it, and look at how great. Well, Ten of Pentacles is not just about you, but I think you know what I'm getting at here. This is really talking about what abundance is really about and what it's for. That abundance is for all, and abundance is for the greater good. It's not just for you, right? So, and I know that you understand that, Virgo. Not everybody does, but you do. And it's part, and by the way, this is attached to the Six of Cups here. Okay? So, not only do you understand what I'm talking about, but this is part of your dream too, to have the level of abundance where you can help others. Virgo, you guys that I'm speaking to right now, I'm very sure, and let me know in the comment section, have um specific charities and specific things that you've always wanted to do in life. That you it's part of the things that you visualize on the regular. Like I would love to, give money to that great charter school that's helping all these inner city kids, or I would love to give to Doctors Without Borders or Operation Smile. Like you have specific things that you would like to do with the abundance that comes to you, is what this is saying. I kind of have a lump in my throat type feeling right now. Kind of like I want to cry. I have some really lovely Virgos I'm speaking to. This is not ours? Yeah, I had a feeling. That's why I asked. Oh, is this reversed? Okay, lovely. So we've got the Nine of Cups, my favorite card in the deck, or one of them anyway. I would say top five favorite cards. Eight of Cups is the Be Your Own Hero card. This guy is brave enough to walk away from all of these upright cups and allow himself to be led by his intuition, the moon that's looking down at him and him looking up at the moon, allowing his instincts to lead him to something better for himself. Lovely, right? And let's not ignore the fact that it is attached to the world here. This is you. And also, I'm going to mention again the whole Stargate thing where we don't always see it, you know, on the physical plane, we don't see it. And in our conscious mind, we don't see it. But in our hearts, our subconscious, our intuition knows that it's time to move away from the past and move into this portal. This is Look at how he's moving towards this portal here. The Death card is an ending. These two go very well together. This is a death that's collaborative, with the universe causing the death, like the Vegas hotel being demolished, but also you after a while realizing that, okay, this is ending, and this is you sorting through the rubble and starting to build and make plans and this kind of thing, and realizing that it's time to move on. These two are working together here. Death and the Eight of Cups. We need two more, please, Spirit. Really beautiful reading, Virgo. Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, right, is it's like she is sitting atop the Eight of Cups and the Death card here. The Queen of Cards Swords is about discernment, elimination. She's about sorting through things and getting rid of what doesn't belong, what doesn't serve her. So these three are very powerful together. You actively participating in ending things and sorting through things and getting rid of what doesn't serve you. Fantastic. It's a very powerful energy moving through the portal. Because you don't want to carry all of that. By portal I mean world. The world is under here, if you remember, right? So this is cutting the baggage off of yourself so you can move forward. Queen of Pentacles. Wow. This is you sitting in your abundance, in your comfort. So, I am looking forward to hearing from you guys in the comments. Go in the comment section, please, and you can talk about anything that you want. Tell me how it resonates. You can, if you have questions or whatever you want to talk about, I answer every single comment. But also, let's hear about this Six of Pentacles. Okay, what charities have you been dreaming about? Or not just specific, they don't have to be organized charities. They can be people that you know in your life that you want to help. Your parents, your siblings, your, I don't know, whoever in your life. Let's hear it. That is going to generate some positive energy for sure. Um, like I said, I answer every single one. So don't hold back. I'm assuming this is your sun sign that you're watching. What you may not realize is that you can also get a more complete picture by watching your moon, rising, and north node signs. If you don't know what those are, you can find out easily and for free online. Just Google calculate my blank sign and come back here to the Healing Grasshopper channel and watch the corresponding videos. Um, Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and beyond. It is a very quick gesture that costs you nothing, but means the world to me and helps the channel grow. So I thank you in advance. Don't forget to click the notification bell so that you don't miss upcoming videos. Even if you think you already are subscribed and have the notification bell clicked, go have a look. Some of you might find that it's not so. So go ahead and click those now. Um, Also, during the week and months and days ahead, if this channel comes to mind, just seek me out and see if there are any new videos. because sometimes even though you have the notification bell clicked, you won't get the notifications. I know because it happens to me with my own favorite channels. Um, like I mention every now and then, my favorite channel, the Y Files. I always go and check on them to see if there's anything new, and lo and behold, sometimes there'll be new videos that I didn't know about. So, um, I thank you in advance. Um, Shout out to all of my viewers, all of you, my English speakers, US, UK, Canada, Australia. I see you in my analytics, and I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. My non-English speakers, I really appreciate you as well. My Spanish speakers, my Brazilian Portuguese speakers, my Tagalog speakers from Philippines, and my Hindi speakers from India. I really appreciate you. I had an Indian um, Hindi speaker ask me to dub my channel, my videos. Um, and I hear you, but it's very, very expensive to dub videos. So stick with the channel, please, and put up with the subtitles a while longer. And we will, as the channel grows, we will get there together. Okay? But for now, please bear with the subtitles because there's not much I can do at the moment about the dubbing. Okay? Um, I love all of you so much. Thank you for your support and your lovely messages and encouragement. Love, light, and many blessings.